Great conversation, Brooke. So obviously I can tell you speaking directly from the heart. You've experienced everything you're talking about yourself as a mother, right?
Yeah, and
So
more.
it's not the end more, exactly. So let's get to know you a little bit. This is my favorite part of it. Spend a few minutes. So tell us your beginnings. Where did you grow up? And share with us some of your life experiences.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, my beginnings, I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut, is where I grew up. I went to boarding school when I was 13 years old, but I didn't graduate. But in order to find out that story, you'd have to take me out for a beer, Nick. Um, and then I went to Babson College because I knew I was always very entrepreneurial, which is what got me in trouble. And so I studied entrepreneurship, and I didn't get into the women's entrepreneurship group, and I was heartbroken. I thought, oh, I'm not entrepreneurial. And so I frankly gave up on it. I had started a company called Sparkles Against Cancer, where I was doing bedazzled bags while in college. And when I didn't get into the entrepreneurship group, I thought, oh, my business isn't good enough. So then I was like, okay, what am I good at? And I happened to be really great at marketing because my mom growing up would always be the person whenever at the mall, they would ask people questions like, hey, smell this perfume, try this chocolate, whatever it would be. We'd get like $20 for it. So I understood like all the questionnaires and quantitative and qualitative marketing in that way. And so I started working in marketing at a quantitative agency called Millward Brown. I was studying abroad. They sent me to Australia. So I got to work in 2 different countries, working in quantitative and qualitative media. Then I got married at 21 and graduated at 21, had a bridal shower, bachelorette party, 21st birthday, all in 6 weeks. I think that's always crazy now looking back on it. And my husband was, he went to law school. So I was working. So we lived off of no money. I commuted 2 hours each day for an advertising agency working on Coca-Cola. And at the time I was working on Sprite, and we were marketing Sprite to babies. We were trying to reach low-income moms, having them put the Sprite in their baby's bottle. It was great for their stomach. And that never felt right. Like I kept being like, I'm not sure we want moms giving their kids soda. Like this doesn't seem healthy. And then a coworker of mine went and worked on Babies R Us and said, hey, Brooke, you're always talking about babies, come work on Babies R Us and digital marketing and traditional strategy. So I went over to work on Babies R Us for a few years. I kept positioning it saying, hey, we need to watch out for Amazon. There's this thing called Amazon. We got to be careful about Amazon. And nobody would listen to me. So essentially I went from focusing on in-store when I was working on Babies R Us to e-commerce as well, and developing partnerships that would directly link towards birthday cards like Evites and things of that nature. And then after that, I went to work on Johnson Baby because someone heard I was working on Babies R Us and they're like, oh, you're the baby girl. And I'm like, I don't have babies. Like, I don't know, how am I getting in this baby, pigeonholed in my career? And so I went and worked on Johnson Baby, Band-Aid, Neosporin, Bengay. And this thing called Amazon came out. And I kept saying, hey, like, wouldn't it be cool? Like Band-Aids are so cheap, you can add to cart. I'll be like, it's an extra 30 cents. We need to hit the maximum in order to, get that free shipping. So we started working with Amazon to be like the add to cart product, because they were all such cheap items. And then after we added to cart on Amazon, everyone was like, whoa, Brooke, Amazon, like you understand Amazon marketing. And I was like, yeah. And so I went and worked at a startup agency that was focused on Amazon. And then I took a stint working on Taco Bell because every marketer wants to work on Taco Bell. I had $100 million budget working on Taco Bell. Like that, wow. Imagine getting to play with that. That's just digital media. That's not TV. That's nothing. That's just like straight digital partnerships, anything digitally related. It was nuts. It's every marketer's dream, but we are launching a product every 3 weeks. Imagine doing a launch every 3 weeks. So I learned a lot in that time, and I was managing a team of 30 people about launching products and what it takes and moving quickly and repurposing assets and just thinking of things across the board. And it was a really great experience. And I also learned about the cult of the brand. Taco Bell doesn't taste good. It's not healthy. It's not like you don't feel good afterwards, right? But what Taco Bell always did was like they understood the brand. They understood your pain points. Like it's 1 a.m. I bet you're really hungry, right? And I bet you like it's really cool to go to Taco Bell, look at this cool band that we sponsor, this cool experience. And so I really learned a lot working on Taco Bell. And someone I saw when I worked on Baby Zurus, ironically, was like, hey, you moved to California. We need you to help with Amazon at Clorox.